So I've been meaning to make this video for over a year now. I finally got around to it. Here is a look into the Barebones Living Cowboy Grill. I love this thing. If you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you see me use this thing a ton. But first, make sure you snag one of these soap sweatshirts. They're super comfortable, well-fitting. You can get them on my website, castironchris.com. I'll put a link in the description. It's super functional. There are a lot of fire pits out there that you can cook on, but they're not super functional to me. This is a great cooking rig that can turn into a fire pit. Really, I like this thing so much. You can see there's a second one behind me. When I have big parties, we'll fire both up and we'll have a feast. Now, this is super easy to put together. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I will put a video in the description that you could see me assembling it. Now, what I like is this exact setup. This was the original. When I got the second one, I got the same exact thing, no less. This is their 30-inch grill. I believe it only comes with one grate. So I got the second grate. I highly recommend getting the second one. And I do really like this side table that you can take right off. You could put it on the other side if you want. I do like this. It adds for a little bit of extra space to put stuff down, especially when you're outside and you might not have a ton of tables around you. Now, one of my favorite features of this grill is this crossbar. I love smoking meat over it. I do recommend getting these hooks, which are not included. You can hang your cast iron from it like so. You hang your utensils as well. What I also really love about this grill is the height. These have legs that do come off. I generally always leave it this height for the most part. I love cooking from hip height. It's very easy. You don't have to crouch down or kneel down to cook. One time I did have the legs off. I was at a lake house Airbnb and we were kind of sitting by the water and we didn't want the view obstructed. So took the legs off. Then if you did want to turn it into a fire pit, you just take all these crossbars off, the table off, take the legs off, and you have yourself the fire pit. Now, what really makes this grill super functional is the adjustable grates. Now, these wooden handles here screw in to tighten. If you want to raise the grate, you just loosen it up a little bit. It can be a little clunky going up and down, so I do like to use two hands. So if the fire is going, I'll have fire gloves on and I'll just lift like so. And to keep it in place, we're just going to screw this handle back in. And there it is. Again, what I love about this is you're able to control the temperature and the heat a lot better. If the grates were only here, then you really have to worry about moving the coals out of the way, and it could be a real pain, especially if you're cooking different foods that need less heat and more heat. What's also nice is they pivot as well. You just loosen it up. You can have it completely off the heat if you wanted to. You could have some food literally off the heat, some a little bit on the heat. Again, just swivels in, locks in, super high. You can go back down all the way. Like I said, it can be a little clunky, but there we go. We're all the way back down here. What's nice about that as well, if you need to add more fuel, you need to add more wood, or if you're using charcoal, if these grates were fixed here, it'd be really hard to add more wood. You'd probably have to take all the food off, take your grate off, add more wood, put the grate back on, put your food back on. It's a pain. But if we need to add more wood and the skillets here, we just elevate that grate, add in our wood, and we're good to go. And then we can have one grate this height, we can have this one down low, we can have this one up just a little bit higher if we wanted to. Simple, easy, super functional. Now, when it comes to the weight of this whole rig, it's really not that heavy. There's a handle here and a handle here. Once this is all kind of lowered and maybe the side table's off, I pick this up easily by myself and move it. I brought this thing on vacation with me. Like I said, I brought it to an Airbnb on a lake house. I brought this down the shore, just kept it assembled like this, tied it into my pickup truck, and we were good to go. So it's very transportable as well. So again, to recap the things I really like, the cooking height. We don't have to slouch down to cook our food. I love that the grates can elevate all the way up, all the way down, and they can pivot out and in. The crossbar is great to hang your utensils or your cookware. And obviously what I like to do is hang nice tomahawk steaks from the top of this thing for like an hour, hour and a half. And again, what's really nice about these grates elevating up, it's very easy to add wood. I really like this 30-inch because there's enough room to also move the coals around if need be, or even cook directly in the coals, which I'd like to do. So here's a little closer look. Here are the handles. Now, what I also recommend is getting the cover for this. When I got the first one, I don't think they had the cover. They recommended not leaving it out in the elements. I said I would cover it, I never did. And you could see that we got some rust on the body. If the grates get rusted, it's really easy to get the rust off. You can get the fire going really hot, brush these off, and then season them. This one I've had covered, which is why it looks fantastic. So I do recommend you get the cover or cover it by some means. So this is the Barebones Living Cowboy Grill. I highly recommend it. Make sure you like and subscribe here and follow me on all the other socials.